a Gilmore Girls inspired knit hat. Hi guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to Studio Knit. So Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life is finally out on Netflix and I'm about to go Netflix and knit my little binge marathon session. And before I do, I wanted to share this knit hat. I totally fell in love with it as soon as the trailer came out and I saw the girls on their town tour. Lorelai was wearing it and I knew this would be a fun hat to figure out the pattern to and share with you. You'll see right here the brim. It is a 1x1 rib stitch, which is a video that I just launched. Super stretchy. And here the thicker rib, that is called a 3x2 rib. The written instructions are in the description below, and all of the little tips, tricks, and techniques are coming now. For our materials, we're using worsted weighted yarn in any fiber and of course any colors of your choice. A circular needle. It is size 8 US and the length is 16 inches, as well as 4 double pointed needles that are the same size 8, and of course scissors, a tapestry needle, a measuring tape because we are going to be measuring, and a fluffy little pom-pom, and that is totally optional. I will have a link below on exactly where I purchased it as well. We begin with our beloved slip knot, the first stitch in knitting, and we are going to be casting on to our circular needle, and we are going to cast on a whopping 101 stitches. I have the pattern instructions here on the left, and here we have all 101 stitches and we are going to slip this one stitch from the right needle over to the left. That's going to help join it tightly, one of my little tricks. And we're going to add a stitch marker. I'm just using a little scrap of yarn right here, and that lets me know the beginning and the end. And on row 1, this is a knit 2 together because of that extra little stitch. So that's knitting 2 together. We are joined, and then it is going to be a purl 1. The brim of our hat here is a 1x1 rib stitch, which I recently covered in a previous video. It's nice and stretchy. So we are going to continue the knit 1, purl 1 stitch all the way around this row and all subsequent rows until the height of our piece is about 3 inches. And I'm going to be adding this video to my playlist of how to knit a hat. And so if you'd like some other hat inspiration, please go ahead and check it out. Okay, time for the body of the hat. This is so simple. So this is knit 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we are going to purl 2. So this is considered a 3x2 rib stitch, and you will become an expert because this is all we do all the way across this row and all the way up for 6 whole inches until the total height of our hat here, including the bottom brim, is a whopping 9 inches. And now it is time to decrease the crown of our hat. Okay, so we start by knitting 3 and purling 2. So this is exactly what you've been doing. And the next series is where we decrease. So here on row 1, now it's time to knit 2 together. So those 2 stitches right there, we are going to knit them together, and you can follow along on the left. And of course, I have the pattern linked down below. We're going to knit 1 more, and here we're going to purl 2 stitches, and we just repeat this all the way around until we're at row 2. Okay, so it's the same thing. We're going to go knit 3 and purl 2, which is what you did for most of the hat. Now it's another decrease, so we're going to knit these 2 together right here. And so after we knit the 2 together, we purl 2 and continue. Now back on row 3 here, we again knit 3, 1, 2, and 3. We are going to do purl 2, 1 and 2, and again now it's time to decrease for this next section, and that is purl 2 together. So these two little guys right here, we keep our yarn in front, and we are going to purl these 2 stitches together. So just as you would normally purl, go ahead, put your needle into the front, purl those 2, and now you've decreased, yay! And then we finish up with a purl 1. Okay, now on to row 4. We're going to knit 3, 1, 2, 3. We are going to purl 2, 1 and 2, and then the decrease is purling 2 together. And continue all the way across the row. So we've already gone from 100 stitches down to 60 once we're done with this row. Okay, row 5. It is knit 3. Okay, and now it's going to be simply purling 1. Now this pattern, you're going to absolutely love how the top crown comes out. And now we're going to purl these 2 together right here. There we go. And we continue the same pattern all the way around the row. So at this point, I am starting to have so little stitches, I'm going to be switching to my double pointed needles. I do have a video on knitting with double pointed needles if you're not familiar with it. So here on row 6, we are going to knit 2 together, and then we knit 1, and then it's just finishing up by purling 2. You'll see that we have very little stitches remaining, and that means that these decreases are getting a lot quicker. And we are done with our circular needle now that we have knit everything onto our double pointed needles. Okay, row 7 is knitting 2 together, and then simply purling 2 more stitches. And we just continue that around. And when we're done with this, we only have 30 stitches. We are almost there. Okay, now row 8, we knit 2 together, and then we purl 1. And now both rows 9 and 10 coming up here are simply knitting 2 together all the way across. So every 2 stitches, we are knitting 2 together. Once we've finished with row 10, we have decreased so much, we only have 5 stitches remaining, which is awesome. So we can just take our yarn and go ahead and cut it right here. And now using our tapestry needle, we are just going to cinch up these remaining 5 stitches. Go ahead and weave the yarn right in there through those remaining stitches and cinch it up. And then you can go ahead and just weave in this tail a few times until it's nice and secure, and then we can simply cut our yarn. And we are done. So here is how the crown looks. Isn't this so beautiful? I just absolutely love finishing hats with this decrease pattern. And then we just flip the brim of our hat up. And if you'd like to add the pom-pom, what I bought was actually a keychain, so I'm going to remove that. And just simply using my tapestry needle and a bit of yarn, I am going to tack it on to the top of my hat. And it is such a cute little fashion accessory too. So I hope you are inspired to knit up this Gilmore Girls inspired knit hat. I had so much fun making it, and I think you guys are really gonna have a blast mastering this hat. Go ahead, please like up this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the description below. And I have lots of knitting techniques and knitting patterns and holidays. We are in the holidays now. So I have a lot of great holiday inspiration for you as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.